Well, welcome everybody to our online videos on addiction and recovery for the Sunshine Coast Health Centre up here in Powell River, BC. And we've been talking about this idea of living life on life's terms as part of recovery, as part of living a meaningful life. But what does it mean when we say life's terms? Well, one of the things that it means is that you don't get to control other adult human beings. And this is a tough one. As we all know, this is one of the things in one of the tactics that addicts use in active addiction is to manipulate other people, to try to get other people to do certain things. So that the addict can get money from them, or whatever is needed to continue on with the drug use. The big book of Alcoholics Anonymous calls it, we're like the actor, and we just arrange the set and arrange all the other actors, and if everybody does what we want them to do, life would be great. The show would be a great success. Unfortunately, life really doesn't work that way. And other adult human beings tend to do whatever they feel like doing, regardless of what we may want them to do. We see that sometimes at our treatment center here, the Sunshine Coast Health Center. Well, we'll have a client who seems to be marching to his own drummer. And the other clients may not like this and sit him down and have a chat with him. But he just goes off and does his own thing, and sometimes the other clients get quite upset about this, right? And then they will say, he's being disrespectful or something, but really, maybe it's the fact that, he's not doing what they want him to do, right? All these kinds of things. It's a main theme of our family program, this idea that you can't control other people. When the families come to us during the family program, they often talk about these tactics they use. For example, they'll check out the cell phone numbers to see who their loved one's been calling. Or maybe they'll, check up on work. Did he actually show up to work today? And all these tactics that are intended to control. And when we talk to the families about them, we ask them, well, how'd that work out? And they usually say, well, not very well. Because very often all that really happens is the addict, their loved one, gets a lot more clever the next time. So he won't get caught out. At any rate, these tactics that the families generally use, or that the addict used to promote the addiction, is based on the principle that one human being can actually control another's. But the reality is that just doesn't work out. Oh, sure, maybe you can control this situation at this time, but as a general rule, people are going to do what they're going to do. This idea that we talk about here a lot, that each adult is the author of his or her life, and if that's true, that means that the only person really who makes decisions for that person is that person, no one else. And so this idea of really absorbing the concept of you can't control another person is actually kind of fundamental, because it forces you to get an acceptance that, well, maybe this is just the way the world works. Maybe this is one of those life's terms that you have to deal with, that you can't control them, and then realize that your happiness and everything else will actually depend on yourself and how you deal with situations, rather than worrying about how other people are doing things. At any rate, it's one of those tricky ones that's really tough in early recovery, because so many people in early recovery get frustrated by the actions of others, and then they want to fix that person. Well, this person is not doing things right, so we'll sit them down, we'll have a chat with them, right? And we'll straighten them out, under the assumption that somehow having a chat with them will actually work. But the decision to change will always be the other person, right? Because he or she is the author of his life, not anyone else. Anyway, that's another one of those principles that seem to be intrinsic to life. One of those life's terms. Anyway, that's it for now, and we'll be back next time with another topic on living life on life's terms.